Out and about this morning, getting some diesel fuel, and somebody else got a little diesel fuel. They beat us to the pumps. Then they hauled ass so they didn't have to, weren't in trouble for spilling, I guess. I have a video.
I was still getting a little moisture on my tires, my back patch.
Yeah, I know it. I haven't videoed much today. It's the next day. It's 2 o'clock now. We got moved down here. We're about 35-40 minutes southwest of where we were at last night. There's 52 acres down here. We just knocked it out. Like I said, 2 o'clock. Got started around...
We knew they were going to be good. We just didn't know it was going to be that good.
Got started around then. Yeah, no kidding. So anyway, they weren't good, as you just heard Bob say. We knew they were going to be good. We didn't know they were going to be that good. I think about 9 bushel, 8 bushel maybe. So we're headed to the next one, about 4 or 5 miles east and south, a mile or 2. And I don't know. I think they'll be better than these, but we will soon find out. Then the next quarter that's southeast of that one, about 10 miles, we had an agronomist looking at that one, and he thought that was the best beans that he was looking at. Wheat's coming good. That was another corn patch we had. And it's looking pretty good. A prairie dog, and you can't see him. There's a prairie dog town there. Very, very few.
Nathan's getting plenty of crown on this one.
Very few prairie dogs in this country anymore. What was that, Bob?
I said Nathan's getting plenty of crown on this one.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, I'm babbling now. I'm distraught, but what do you do? Talk to you guys in a little bit. So we got moved to the next field. I told you there's 95 acres here. This is on a little bit different rotation. You can see a lot of green in between the rows. We got some wheat and sheep. This was beans behind wheat, but it was beans behind wheat the year before that. So it's out of rotation. Yeah, it's a little just crap. Looks like crap, but anyway, beans seem to be a little better here so far. The reason I really brought you back, I brought the combine over. We have to shut gleaners off to put the heads on because the hydraulics, you have to unscrew a main hydraulic, and trust me, you have to shut them off. Anyway, we always do, no big deal. But my combine's been starting just a little bit hard, but these 8.3s, they start one roll.
Maybe you got to cut the pin low. Then go to the switches, that way it got good running.
Hang on, sorry guys. Yeah, whatever you think, well. So anyway, you got to shut them off. It's been starting a little bit hard, but starting. 8.3s, these 8.3s, if they turn twice, they're running. So anyway, we moved to this field. Started the same over the field, last field, when I had to shut it off. I went to put my head on, pick my head up, shut it off to hook it up, got back in. Showing 9.6 volts, would not even turn over. Well, that's the way it goes. I assumed that the battery's just finally laid down. So anyway, I got back there. Justin was going to bring jumper cables clear down here. We're about, I don't know, 12, 14 miles from the house. I had another buddy that was like 3 miles, but he was out of town. Anyway, so I thought, well, in the meantime, while he's coming, I will pick a battery. There's 3 batteries in there, and I'll unhook one. That way, when Justin gets here, we get it started. If I happen to get real lucky and pick the battery that had a dead short, you know, maybe it'd charge up, be fine. I decided on the center battery. Unhook the center battery, climb back up in the cab. The voltmeter, which I have a digital there, was showing 12.7 instead of the 9.6. Hit the key, fired right off. I've seen dead shorts in batteries, and you know, one bad battery and it would pull your rest of your batteries down. But to take it off and then have 12.7 and for the combine to start, I personally have not seen that before. I figured they'd all be dead. It would have drug them down. So anyway, you guys, worth a shot sometime. If you got multiple batteries, especially 2 batteries, you can start a diesel pickup a lot of times if it's not cold on one battery. But anyway, just gabbing, but I found that pretty interesting. We'll talk to you guys after a bit. Well, we got 2 rows, so I get to go half a mile for 2 rows. Bob's full. I've dumped once. I was only about half full. I went and cut 15 acres. Well, Bob come over and helped me, so I didn't get the whole 15 acres. But anyway, I was right around half full on that patch, and Bob wasn't quite that full. He got over there a little late. I don't know what I'm doing here. So I'm about 3/4 full, I guess. Zoom ya. Yep, these are the last 2 rows, and I get to go a half a mile way over the hill. Anyway, no big deal. Hey, I was talking to you guys yesterday about that battery situation. This is the next day. I broke a sickle last night, pulled the sickle head off, ended up welding it. It was late. So I've welded them before and had them last for years. So anyway, I welded it. Back to the battery thing. A little scatterbrained today. We didn't get started till late. So I told you I took that center battery off and come up, showed 12.6, fired right up. I've never seen that. Usually if you have a dead cell battery, it's gonna suck the juice out of all of them. Well, I should have known that what was happening didn't make sense. It wasn't right. What had happened was when I went and took that battery loose, I evidently wiggled the cable and got good connection, because a little bit later when I shut it off, well, that evening we got done, shut it off, and I went to start it back up just to see if it would start, and it wouldn't start. Went back there, wiggled the cables on the 2 batteries that were still on, fired right up. So this morning, when I was unloading trucks, I swung a semi by the field and cleaned the cables and tightened them all up, and it seems to be working fine. So disregard what I told you. Thought that was a little odd. I'm sure you guys that know anything about mechanic, and as you watched it, said, yeah, that ain't the case. Well, I questioned it myself, but it seemed like it was. Well, I guess we're gonna finish up these 2 rows, and then we are gonna pull heads off. It's about, I don't know, 4:30. We're probably a strong 30 minutes from the next field, just southeast of here, another 10 miles or so. So I think we will get the heads off quick and get drug over there, hopefully get a spot opened up for the semi, and I would imagine we will call it quits. We had a heck of a dew and fog this morning, so we didn't get started till 1 o'clock. Yeah, got this 50, I think it was 55 acres left down here roughly. Got it finished, as you can see, and that's about all we're going to get done today. You guys that farm, these days suck. And once you get 4 and 5 hours of cutting, you get what you can get, and you hope for a better day tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be like 74, 75 degrees, which that's good. I hope we have a little breeze with it. I haven't really looked, to be honest with you. We've got 134 acres where we're headed, and it's the one I told you, agronomists seem to think those were better beans. If we would get a good day running, we could knock it out, but that's gonna have to be, yeah, a good day. Something else I was gonna tell you. Oh, that first place we cut, I told you I thought 14, 15. It was right at 13. So, I mean, like 0.1. So anyway, yep, it is what it is. Second field we cut made 9.1 I think 9.1, 9.2, so it was terrible. This one, I had it figured about 13 this morning. I don't know. We had 572 bushel off of here. Thought we had about 45 acres cut. That was coming in right at 13. Didn't think we were even half done. Now Bob's got 250 on. I've probably got 175, and I dumped about 120. So yeah, it's gonna probably be a little short, probably closer to 12 and a half. Is what it is, as we say. All right, guys, talk to you later. Moving. Clean my camera, maybe. Yeah, it might be a little better. Anyway, we're on the way to the next one. I got a car coming at us. I'll yell at you guys later. This is what sucks. You take your time. If it takes you 30 minutes to get across, it takes you 30 minutes to get across. About 2 miles from the field, if I can sneak across here. Got a semi coming. I gotta get off here. Getting close, half a mile. I used to farm this quarter. Farmed it for years. Helped the old lady that owned it. And she was a bit cantankerous, but me and her got along pretty well. Tell you a quick story. Me and her kind of got into it one day about cutting. She had her way of doing things, and whatever, her farm. But I was cutting on her sisters down here, which she farmed her sisters, and she wanted me to cut 134 acres in 4 patches. She wanted me to cut it. I was custom farming for her at that time. Anyway, she wanted me to cut it in like 40-acre patches, and that, you know, I'm about efficiency, and I was custom work, so I wanted to get it done. Well, anyway, me and her got into it to where we just almost weren't speaking. And I called my wife and I said, look, I said, she wants me to cut this in 4 patches, explain to her what was going on. And my wife said, there's 2 things you can do. You can do it her way, or you can load up and come home. The choice is yours. Yeah, you're right, wife. So, we did it her way. But anyway, just a quick story. Yep, this is where the quarter starts here on the right. It's 134 acres, got a little pasture out of it. Bob's got the pasture. I got him the pasture for his cows. This is a quarter I've had for a while, quite a while. And then when Bob and I joined up, I got him the pasture. Alright guys, Bob's gonna pull in right there. Right there where he's at's the drive. We are gonna get some heads on. Well, it looks like he's going to the 10-acre patch across the creek. Alright, we're gonna get up there, get the heads on, and see if we can cut this mess. I don't know, the agronomist said there's better beans out there than what we've been cutting. We shall see. And we're running. It's darker than the camera shows it, but anyway. Yep, I'm gonna tend to business here, opening round, and we'll see how they do. I got this 10 acres knocked out, didn't take long. Bob's cut half of it. He's on the other side. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Just gonna let you know we were still running tonight. It is Monday, the November 6th. Talk to you guys later. Next morning, I'm back to the field that we finished yesterday late afternoon. Didn't quite get another tandem load on it. Gonna run it in this morning. Just like I said, left it down here in the field. Got about 60 acres cut on that other place, so we did pretty well last night. Ran till a little after 8. Anyway, we've got about 150. A little grumpy this morning. Got about 156 acres left, I think, to finish up. So won't get it done today. You can see it's extremely foggy. Last 2 days have been that way. Raining wet. Water running off the wheels. Moisture on everything. Anyway, we'll get this dumped and I don't know, bring you back, I guess, and show you how good a day we have. Hope it goes smooth. We can get done at Wellington, get moved back up here. It blubbers a little bit when it's cold. I think it's an injector. Get moved back up, and we just got 78 acres north, farthest north field. It ain't much fun, fellas. Luckily, this is the worst side. Bob's he said his beans are a little better. He's on the other side. I've been cutting an hour and 5 minutes, and that's what I've got in the bin. I'm making about 10. Not good. Is what it is. God, I get tired of saying that. Let me get a little better up here, but not much. Probably brought you in on the worst of it. And there's a lot of beans, a lot of pods and beans on the plant that is here. Bob and I were trying to remember, without looking at records. This is the one we stayed real late one night and sprayed because there was supposed to be a rain coming that next day. And if I remember right, we did get a pretty hard beating rain. Maybe that's what affected our stand. I mean, nobody's got any beans in the country. The best I'm hearing is like 15, and we had some went just over 13. So, you know, I don't believe it's anything we did. I don't believe it's variety. I think it's just drought. We're down, I think it's 10 and a half inches this year. So, yeah. But like I said, I don't know, let me see if I can zoom in. Well, that's not gonna work. Yeah. There is a lot of pods for what is pretty sparse. Alright, I'm gonna hit this corner here, and once I hit that corner, my side's gonna cut down pretty quickly. Like I said, it's about 10 after 3. I got started at 2 on Tuesday. The goal is just to get this done. It'd be great if we could get moved back to the house. Then we're only 6 miles on north of there to the north farm. We could do that Wednesday when it's too wet to cut. Knock it out. I talked to Justin this morning, my buddy that I always talk about. He's got a pair of R62s. His beans were still 17 Sunday, I think, when he checked them. We got a lot more rain up at the house, hence why those made 13 and a half up there, and these aren't. But I think maybe he planted a little different term bean, and then had a little more rain up there. It's keeping them green. Anyway, what I was getting to was we got a little seed wheat from him, a couple hundred bushel, and I called and asked him if he just wanted us to come help him cut and swap him that seed wheat. Well, you don't know Justin, but nope, I'll pay you to cut and you can have the seed wheat. No, that's not how it's going to work. We're gonna go. Brought you back for just a second. One thing I forgot to mention was last night Cody was riding with me, and I told you we cut till about 8. Anyway, he was getting a little chilly, and I shut the air off. Well, then I decided he was still complaining, so I turned the heater on in this, and I can't get the heater to shut off. So I don't know if I had a cable evidently come loose on my control there. I don't have the fans running, so it's not blowing hot air on me, but it's 70, supposed to get to 74 3, 4, somewhere there today. Needless to say, it is pretty warm. I got those fans running. It's not undoable, but it's not real comfortable. So I'll have to look at that tomorrow if I get time. Well, we're gonna do it. We got no wind, sun's down, half a mile down, and we're done with this quarter. I don't know. I'm gonna think this. I don't think we're far off our 13, 14 bushel maybe. Some beans over here. This side had some weed pressure, but the beans were a lot better stand. There's places down here that were phenomenal. Well, for the year, phenomenal. Probably went 25. That's phenomenal for the year. All right, fellas, I may throw this on later. Probably not the brightest thing we've ever done. But it's been terribly foggy. The last 2 mornings are talking dense fog in the morning. So we're just taking our time, very nice and easy, and gonna get them home. And then we're gonna go back over to the truck shed tonight. So we got everything home and loose ends are done. That down there made 9.6. I thought it was better than that. So anyway, one more thing, right?